It's your end of life coach. These days it seems there's so much to worry about. We have bills that are coming, taxes due, credit card payments, the health of our loved ones and even ourselves, the job, the project, management on the job, the stresses. What does tomorrow hold? Well, sometimes it's good to remind ourselves that at some point, tomorrow will not come. That just like the body behind me, we will reach a point where we have to consider, or our loved ones have to consider, disposing of what's left of us. Way to reset everything, to remind myself at some point this too shall pass, whatever I'm worried about, whatever I'm stressing about. Can I focus during that time on the things that really matter? And those are the things we can't see, the intangibles, like love, like respect for other people. Job issues will not carry on after we're dead and gone. So what we need to keep in mind, I believe, is the fact that there are things that will carry on. When we have left this existence, our love will carry on in the form of grief and memory. I think sometimes we just need to be reminded that, yes, life does come with its difficulties, but they are all impermanent. They will all end. Everything that we're dealing with now that we're stressing about will one day cease to exist, including this body as it deteriorates, as aches and pains come that were not here yesterday, as you deal with maybe a medical diagnosis that you were hoping would come out negative. And now you are stressed about what happens now. I know it's something to be concerned about, and I'm not saying don't worry, because when we do leave this existence, we are concerned about our loved ones. But I'm also saying, as far as we're concerned, it should teach us to appreciate what we call present moment. And, to break that present moment thinking down, I think sometimes it's difficult to process the present moment. And I've heard a lot of people say, you take it one day at a time, and I get that. I've broken that down sometimes and say, how about half a day at a time? Because you can program yourself to have a bad day if you say, I'm taking it one day at a time. I think if you break it up and say half a day at a time, at least it allows you to reset maybe at the middle part of the day to say, yes, maybe the first part of the day wasn't as good as I want. It didn't go exactly like I wanted it, but the second part can be better. And you can even break it down further incrementally to say, I had a bad hour, I had a bad minute, or I had a bad moment. And that's what present moment thinking is all about, saying that the next moment can be better than the last moment. Again, if you want to practice this by taking it chunks, a day at a time, a half a day at a time, I think that's a good way to practice and, reach towards the present moment thinking. But again, my point is, at some point we will have no moments left, and staying present allows us to appreciate the moments as they come without labeling them, without saying this is a bad moment. Hey, it's just a moment, and the next moment will be a different moment. And as long as we keep that open mind, we can have what we call a positive approach and stop programming ourselves negatively to say the next moment will be this or that. The next moment will be what it is. So just learning to accept that before we are in this condition of this body behind me, again, not in a morbid way, in an appreciative way, to say, I'm thankful for the time I have here, I'm thankful for the time I have with friends and loved ones, and I want to take time to appreciate it as opposed to things that are impermanent, like a job, like a bill, or like even sometimes we stress about car breakdown. Whatever the issue is that we deem as negative, this too shall pass, just like this physical body. And this has been your end of life coach, rambling a little bit about present moment thinking, how to arrive at it, how to practice it. And I think with this body behind me, it's a good reminder that we only have a limited time in this body. Hope to talk to you soon. Take care.